Hey guys, so just want to show you something. It says on my calendar today that I need to record this video. So I've been putting this video off for a very long time. I planned it, I did everything on Tuesday, and then for some reason I just have not recorded it. So let's record it. Why planning is important? Go. Alright, sorry guys for that like super weird intro, but got the sweatshirt on, and so yeah, I'm gonna explain to you planning. Planning is something I use every day. I need to make my schedule every day, otherwise, honestly, it's not gonna be a successful day for me. And you may think that in an athlete's life, oh, well, it's training and it's racing and it's eating, and planning is just as important as nutrition and training. Planning sets the intentions for most of the day. Planning tells me what I need to do, so making a schedule is just so important, and that's why I've decided, to make this video. Now, I'm not saying I plan every second of my day, like as soon as I wake up at 6:05, I need to go and shave, or at 6:49, I'm headed out for a morning run. What I am saying is that planning can be one of the most important tools in developing your training, and it's going to be one of the most important ways for you to build routines. And if you can build these routines, then honestly, training is going to come a lot easier, and it's just going to be way better for you. So I'm going to just go over some of the benefits that I have personally experienced from, planning and, making schedules and writing things down. And then I'm going to show you some specific things that I use, such as calendars and notebooks and schedules to help me, throughout the day, and help organize my training and my homework and all that stuff. So to start, training, as I said before, sets an intention. When you write something down or you plan something for that day, like say I have a morning run at what time? You give a brief time, like 6:30 in the morning. When you have that and you write that down, as soon as you wake up, hey, I got a morning run at 6:30. It sets an intention for the day. Like, it constantly reminds you that you need to get, a morning run done, or maybe we got practice at 3:30. So just writing that down already sets an intention and already reminds your brain, hey, I got something to do at 3:30, or hey, I have a strength session at 4 o'clock. So you're already thinking about that and you're ready to go. So writing that down is so important. The next thing that planning really does, and I find that it's helped me a lot, is it organizes my time. It makes time management very easy. Most of my days I'm running in the morning, then I'm doing abs, and then I'm stretching. And you can find that it's a little, it's a lot to navigate through this. But say I have a morning run at 6:30, okay? And then when I get home at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna do abs. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna stretch at 7:30. If you can label that out, if you can write it all out and put blocks for your activities, it's going to be way easier to just navigate through them and get them done. My next point is that, and this is something that's overlooked by a lot of people, is that planning and writing down things and writing down a schedule and, writing down training plans, this is all resources for future training. And what I mean by that is, and I'll show you in a couple minutes, say I write down my training for a week. And I write it down, and I write down, hey, I'm going to do a morning run, and I'm going to do abs, and then I'm going to do cardio, and I'm going to do all this. And then at the end of the week, I assess and I see, and I can look back at my plan and see, oh, I did way too much. I should only just be doing a morning run and stretches in the morning. So it allows me to see and look back and say, oh, I did too much, or oh, I wasn't doing enough. I had so much free time. If you write all of that down, then you can look back at it, and it'll help you become a better athlete. It'll help you incorporate things like, hey, maybe I should do some speed work on Saturday. I had a lot of time on Saturday. Maybe I should do some speed work. Or hey, maybe I should get a long run in on Sunday. I had a lot of time today. So planning it out, it allows you to make modifications to your plan, and you can look it up, you can write it down. I personally would keep it in a binder. I would personally write out your plans and then keep it in a binder so that you can easily just flip through. But yeah, writing it down, it's going to help with training, and it's also going to help give advice for training. If you ever need to, if someone ever asks you for advice, you can just look back at it because you've experienced it all before. On to the next point, which is probably one of the most common things that all student athletes have to deal with, and it's that, managing school and athletics is very difficult. Managing your schoolwork and your tests and your quizzes and all this, and then all of a sudden you got to go to practice, and then when you really want to train at a high level, you're running in the morning, you're doing abs, you're doing all these little workouts, maybe running technique, or maybe strengthening, maybe stretching. You're doing all of this different stuff, cardio, and you're trying to incorporate all this different stuff. Now, for some athletes, it may just be going to practice after school. That's it. But for the athletes that really, really, really want to succeed in their sport, you're always training for your sport, right? You're always training. You're always doing something. So it's just important to manage school and athletics because it can get overwhelming. And I'm definitely going to recommend that you plan out your days because, it's hard to manage studying and practicing and all this stuff. My final benefit is that it's a great way to end the day. A lot of times in my plans, and I'm going to show you in a couple seconds, but a lot of times in my plans, I take 5 to 10 minutes every day at the end of the day just to assess how the day went. Just 5 to 10 minutes writing down, looking back at the day, and just assessing, how did the day go? What happened? What were the negatives? What were the positives? And I feel like this may not have to do with planning, more so journaling, but you can also incorporate this with your plans as well. Just writing that down, and you can come back to it in the future. You can go back to it and see, hey, how was I feeling this day? How was this workout? How did this go? Going back, you can go back to it, and it just lets you know how the day went. It lets you know that you did accomplish something today, and that while it may not have been the biggest accomplishment, or it may have been the biggest accomplishment of your life, you're still reminding yourself of what you did. You're still reminding yourself of the experiences that you had today, and I think that that's so important to do. So yeah, it's just a great way to end the day. Your plans, everything, just writing down a little bit about your day. I feel like that's a great way to end the day. Okay, so now that I've talked about the benefits of planning, training schedules, calendars, your schedule, writing things down. Now that I've talked about the benefits of planning, I'm going to go into what I do, what I use, and hopefully that this will help you. You don't have to take everything from this because I do a lot of writing. Okay, there's a lot of writing, and it usually, takes up about I take these things very seriously for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, if you could maybe take 2 or 3 of my, points or what I use, I think that you're going to improve a lot in training and just as an athlete. So I'm just going to go over what I do every day with my planning and my training and scheduling. The first thing that is super, super important is my calendar. Now, my calendar is, it's very simple. Sometimes it says, work. Other times it says practice. Sometimes it says race day. But this is just very important that I have this every day. It lets me know, hey, I have a race. Hey, I got work today. This is a very simple start to planning. Get a calendar. Calendars will help you manage your time, manage what you're doing, let you know what you're doing. Sometimes, like me, if you are me, you'll forget that you have to do something, and this is the ultimate reminder. I would get a calendar. This is very important. The next thing that I have, kind of started, it was very long time ago. I don't know when the first week started. It says, right here. It says, I don't know if you could see it. It says week 1 Corona. So this started all the way back in March, and I've continued it. It is my running journal. So I don't know if you can see it. I'll get a close-up of it. But this is my running journal, and it is full of my weekly mileages. So, it's just full of runs and workouts and races and everything I do. So say on Monday I ran 3 miles in the morning, I'll write that down, I'll write the pace, and I'll also write how I'm feeling. So that is really important. This isn't really going into planning. This is kind of just, writing things down, like I said. It's important to write down what you do. So morning runs are very important. I wrote that down. I just write down, and this again, you can look back at it for training. So definitely writing things down in maybe a journal or a notepad. This is very important. So now we're going to kind of move into the nutrition side of it a little bit, nutrition side of my athletics. I like to be healthy. I like to be putting whole foods into my body always, and I like to know what I'm eating. So that is why I have, for planning, I've developed a bunch of meal plans. I've been doing this for about 5 weeks now, and I find this very beneficial. So if you look over my meal plan here for, this is my 5th week, and, every Sunday before the week starts, I will write out what I would like to eat or what I'm planning on eating. This is just benchmarks. These aren't, proper meal, like these aren't very specific meals. These are just kind of like, hey, what am I going to eat in the morning and lunch? And I find that when I do this, I'm not always thinking about food. I'm not always thinking about, hey, what I'm going to eat. If I just look at it, I'll just say, hey, eggs and toast, and with peanut butter and banana. Boom, breakfast. That's Monday. And then you go, and then you can do a sandwich and salad when you get home. There's not really much to think about, so you're thinking more about training or homework or other things. And this part of planning on the nutrition side has been very beneficial for me, I think, because it's not only helped me manage my meals, but it's helped me stay consistent and not stray away from healthy eating. And I think that this is something that everyone should be utilizing. It's that, healthy eating is important for an athlete. Okay, you want to be eating healthy. You don't want to be eating all this processed foods, all this junk food, and it could be difficult. It could be very difficult to manage that, and it could be very difficult to resist eating the junk food that is, with us every day. But when you plan out your meals and you plan out the day and you plan out what you're eating, and it's not limiting yourself, it's not restricting, it's just giving you a benchmark of what to eat, when to eat, and it's just limiting not even limiting, it's just keeping you in check. It's just making sure that you're not eating junk food or any other food that could be detrimental or harmful to your athletics. So I would definitely think about writing down or planning what you want to eat for the week, and try to follow it as closely as possible. But it's okay if you deviate from that. Freedom is a great thing. So say sometimes, instead of eggs and toast, you just have an egg sandwich. It's just the smallest changes, but freedom is important. And I just think that, you should do what your body tells you, but definitely planning your meals is important. Sorry guys, just had to take the sweatshirt off because it is 100 degrees in here. One of the most beneficial things, I think, for a runner, and that is this. This right here, your assignment notebook. Well, it says it right here, my assignment notebook. Because, as I said before, being a runner, not everything is on the track. It's also in the classroom. You need to be really up to date with your grades, and you need to make sure that you won't be running forever. So you need to make sure that education is also a priority. And with the assignment notebook, I write down my assignments every day, what I have to get done, and just cross it out, and it makes me feel really good. So this is a crucial part of training right here. Okay, I know I hyped that up a little bit, and while people may not see the assignment notebook as crucial, this, I think, is super crucial for me personally, training and everything like that. It's these two things. It's my training plan and my binder. I talked earlier about how, you write everything down for your plans and how you can record them. So we're just going to go one at a time here. This is my weekly training plan. I take one Sunday before the week starts, and I just write out, what I'm going to do. I write out what I'm going to do every day. So, for instance, we got Monday, 6 o'clock, wake up. 6:30 morning run. 7 o'clock ab workout. 7:10 stretch. 3:30 practice. 4:30 stretch. And then at 8:30 I have strength and mobility. So it doesn't seem like that's so big of a deal. But in reality, this just plotted out my entire day and could be the make or break of what I get done today. When you wake up, when I go to bed on Sunday, I have in my mind that I'm going to be getting a morning run done in the morning. I have to wake up at 6. I got to run at 6:30. I got things in my mind already moving around, and this just keeps me on task and sets the intention. And once I finish, I cross it out, and it just keeps me on task throughout the day. I know what I need to get done, and I know when things are. So these training plans are very important. And also, something that I would highly recommend is at the front here. It says daily noting at the top. Daily noting. This is just a space where, I write down how I feel, what I'm feeling, how I thought the day went, how my nutrition went, how energized I am, how I thought workouts went, the highlights, maybe lowlights, positives, negatives. Just write it down right here. Take 5 or 10 minutes just to write things down, and you will feel so much better. Moving on to the big binder. This binder is crucial for me because it not only has, and I'm going to try to turn it around here. It not only has training plans from the past, my first week, I got a couple more training plans. It not only has all my training plans, but it also has goals. You see, this is my 1600 goal for next meet, of course. This is just some things that I find to be useful. This is my gym workout routine right here. Just listed out stuff. And just things that I find important. So like this is some sprinting workouts. So this binder has all my training plans and things that I find important, goals, things that I might need to focus on in the future. And I think setting up a binder like this so that you can look back and not only see how training is, but look and see what things you want to use in the gym or on the track. It's just so important, and it's been such a big part of the way I train and how I've continuously changed. You're always continuously changing your routines. So this is just a way to always keep learning, never go backwards. You're always going forward. You're always improving. And I think that setting up a binder like this and these training plans are super important. So that is it, guys. This is basically, the importance of planning. Well, the reasons I believe that planning is going to change the way you train and really improve it for the better. And also just everything that I do to help plan out the day or write stuff down and stuff like that. So all these tips and tricks that I do to ultimately become a better runner and train harder and stuff like that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Just quick updates. I raced again on Wednesday, and my new PR is a 4:48 in the mile, so I'm really, really excited about that. I've got a video coming up for you guys about the league meet that I'm going to have on Tuesday, which is going to be insane. For hopefully some really fast times, good PR. Hopefully I get 4:40. That's in the notebook, but I'm definitely going to have a league meet video coming out because that is one of the most important meets of the winter season. So every Monday, new videos. So I'm really excited to make some more content for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one.